Alright, time to make a video about Red Dead Online that is not negative. And alright, it's pretty rare these days that you see videos that are positive about Red Dead Online, but after the last update, I think me and a lot of other people included were really surprised by what was added into the game. I really do think that this update that they have done on Tuesday to Red Dead Online was really a great step in the right direction. As Rockstar said on Twitter, the foundation is now set, and I definitely feel this way as well. If we're looking back at the previous update they have done, they released daily challenges and that was basically it, and the rest was drip-feeded content. I remember being extremely annoyed by that at the time, and really just, what they've done now is really what I would have hoped that they had done back in February. So one of the big things that they have done in Red Dead Online now is especially the defensive mode. The defensive mode is something that I think is a very welcome change to the game. Griefing was, quote unquote, a problem in the game, but I think a game like Red Dead Online really needs something like that defensive mode because it's very much something that you want to explore the open world in online, go hunting with your buddies, that sort of thing. Unfortunately, when you're constantly being killed and stuff like that, that kind of enjoyment gets taken away. A lot of people out there don't particularly enjoy playing PvP. However, I do feel that with the recent updates that they have done to it, like the nerf of Never Without One, the head perk, I've done a video on it, what exactly they have changed, so I'll leave that as an eye in the sky. But I really do feel that with that nerf and also with the slight adjustment of not it being as easy to get headshots as well, just overall, it really just was a step in the right direction, especially with all those new game modes that they have released over the past few months. Really just makes Showdown series a lot more enjoyable. Obviously, this does mean that Showdown Large kind of has a less and less kind of place inside of the game. And I do think that the 32 players are definitely a little bit clusterfucky. And I've been having a lot more enjoyment playing an 8v8 situation versus playing 32 players. It's a little bit more controllable. The maps are a bit smaller and the action is still pretty good and pretty fast paced. And Name Your Weapon free-for-all is something that I cannot really say no to. One thing obviously I would love to still have inside of Red Dead Online and the Showdown modes is a little bit more maps, some more variety in maps. I mean, we have in Showdown series itself, the normal one, not the large one. We have a select few maps, the Manor, Tumbleweed is in there, but it would be great to see, Armadillo, for example, or just, not even city maps, but just there's a lot of things that they can still do. Hell, they could utilize Strawberry maybe a little bit more as well. Maybe an actual regular deathmatch mode is something people I'm sure are asking for as well. An 8v8 in Armadillo or in Valentine, Little small urban maps would be cool. The less tall trees, the better. Actually, come to think of it, I just came off a 4-hour stream and I haven't seen tall trees once. Is it finally happening? Is the map finally gone? But joking aside, because of the variety in maps and game modes that are currently going on in Showdown series, you don't get fatigued as quickly anymore, which is obviously a great thing as well. I had a great time with it over the last couple of days. And the new Overrun Showdown mode is also good fun as well, especially if you have a little bit of a team together. You can really just waltz over people. It's short, quick rounds, quick action. You can drag it on longer if you have like a good team going head to head. So definitely, a very nice addition to the game, and I'm looking forward to having then a regular rotation inside of the other Showdown modes as well. And obviously the new revamp of the daily challenges is also a very welcome change. Now personally, I have actually been logging on to Red Dead Online to start doing those daily challenges. Unfortunately, yesterday I kind of messed it up and I didn't have my daily challenge done, so I broke my streak. But regardless, it's a good incentive of logging in again, doing a quick challenge and getting some gold, and that way you're really upping the amount of golds you can have in the game, which for future content makes it worthwhile to have, especially if people are starting to reach that 28-day streak. It really is going to help out those people who don't really have a lot of gold and could just very easily start earning at least 2 gold bars a day. Getting a quick 20 gold nuggets, it really starts adding up. Like the rebalancing of golds earned inside of Showdown modes has also doubled. Like I've really seen my treasure map, I got like over 2 gold bars for simply doing a treasure map as well. Now I know this is for a limited time, but still it's those minor things that just really say, hey, we're listening to the feedback, which is something that I was really enjoying from, from me as a player. Because Rockstar really showed in this update, hey, we listened to feedback, this is what you guys were looking for. You were looking for those anti-griefing measures, you were looking for those updates to those more, annoying perks, like Never Without One, like the other things that have been going on. Like, it really just shows that we're listening, we're going to continue on listening and keep submitting your feedback. And I'm really glad Rockstar is doing that. They really show like, hey, we're committed to this. We're committing, listening to that feedback and just really trying to shape Red Dead Online into something great. And speaking of which, that summer update is sounding very, very promising as well. Honestly, that whole thing with the roles, like the bounty hunter, the collector, and the trader, it sounds like something that is going to give so much replayability to Red Dead Online. Like, for example, those bounty hunters. I'm really hoping that there's going to be like a lot of PvE content, because like with the new missions, for example, a lot of people that are really into PvP are coming back to the game as well. And I can just attest this because I can see my friend list basically been lining up with people going back into Red Dead Online. Sure, they're all newbies, but they're finally getting a proper Red Dead Online experience. I'm over rank 100. I've been there. I've been playing basically mostly PvP, and I enjoyed myself with it. But it's really great to start seeing people coming back and having more interest in that. And of course, for myself as a content creator, that's only beneficial too. I was streaming yesterday and I was getting a lot more people just coming into the stream, and they're really like, being a lot more positive about the game, because when I used to stream, it was like, Red Dead Online, dead game, this and that. But the tone really changed about the game, and it just goes to show that with a little bit of patience, a little bit of trust, and a little bit of faith, we're really gonna have Red Dead Online turning into something, good. Sure, it took 6 months, it took a long time. However, I think personally that it was worth the wait. Hopefully, Red Dead Online is going to be able to start pulling back with this new foundation that they have made, with this new update. And from this point on, they can finally like seriously start building on the existing systems inside of Red Dead Online and start further expanding on what Red Dead Online can become, because there's a lot of potential in this. And if you start seeing something like the summer update, for example, they can really start adding like other roles as well. Like, for example, you have a bounty hunter, but it could also be like a different kind of roles added as well over the course of a couple of updates. For example, wouldn't it be great to have someone be like a fisherman or something? Like, it's something silly or whatever to give fishing as an example here, but it really just emphasizes things that people enjoy inside of the game, and just really rewards them for, playing that certain activity. And if the rewards are great, it's just going to encourage people to start and try new things as well. So hopefully Rockstar is going to keep on adding new and new things to the game with those showdown modes. Obviously, the Drift Feed is going to start as well on Tuesday. So from that point on, we're going to be getting all sorts of new content added every single week, all the way until somewhere midway June. So that's all stuff that we can look forward to as well. So really, that summer update, I'm really looking forward to start playing that as well. Looking forward to hear more details about that. And until then, those were just some of my thoughts. I'd love to hear what you think. Have you personally picked up Red Dead Online again? Have you got back into it after leaving it in the dust for a little while? Or are you still someone that's a little bit skeptical and is still going to feel like, you know what, I'm just going to keep an eye on it, see what's going on, and maybe sometime in a couple of months when the summer update drops, I'm going to give it a look. I'd love to hear what you think in those comments down below. But with all that said and with all that done, thank you also very much for watching. Leave a like if you enjoyed, subscribe for more, and I'll see you all later.